What's up, everyone on YouTube? This is my update to my 2009 Dodge Charger RT Road and Track. It's been about a year and a half maybe since I did my first video of all the changes I've done to the car. If you watch that video, you can see that things have changed quite a bit with the car, so I figured I'd just do a little update to what I've changed and added over the past year. So the first thing is I added Mopar Stage 1 springs and Connie STRT orange shocks, and that dropped the car an advertised 1 inch. I think it might be a little bit more, but I'm not sure. You can kind of see the shock there, and I don't know if you can see the spring or not, but the springs are Mopar branded. Not sure who makes them, but I'm really happy with the stance it gave the car. It's not too low, but definitely looks better than stock. And the handling is still, you know, it still rides smooth. A little harder over bumps, but not too bad. But overall, it's just the look's so much better. And the other thing you might notice is the wheels are different. I upgraded the wheels to the SRT8 forged Alcoas. These happen to be a black chrome finish on them by a company called Detroit Wheel. And it's basically like a powder coat. So they have the appearance of chrome, but it's just as durable as a powder coat. And I got a great deal on them used with the tires. They're Goodyear Eagle F1 supercar tires. They're the stock size, so 245 45 20s, but the wheels themselves are an inch wider, and they weigh about 5 pounds less each, because the previous ones were cast aluminum with the chrome cladding, but they weigh about 32 pounds each, whereas these are about 27. So it's saving some unsprung weight there, help the performance a little bit, and I just love the way they look. Wanted to stick with a shiny wheel for this car, and I think they just work awesome. Another thing you might notice right off the bat is the hood. Just got this less than 2 weeks ago. It's an AIT TA style hood, so it's the TA scoop from the Challenger that's optional, but this is an entire hood, entire fiberglass hood that's aftermarket. I just had it painted by a shop here in the area called Team Wit Customs. They did a incredible job, matched the paint because this is a hard color to match. Perfect. It's dead on, and I love the new hood. It's just very aggressive. I added the RT badges on the side there, and I took the Hemi that was from there and put it on the scoop, and yeah, I think it just changes the whole look of the car. Now it's gonna make me have to get a supercharger so that the performance matches the looks, I think, maybe down the road, but it's just a great hood. It fit really well. I did have to trim the heat shield on my intake to get it to sit flat, and I am going to have to add some hood pins because over a certain mile an hour on the highway it does start to flutter a little bit in the front, so I don't want that to, definitely don't want that hood to pop up on the highway and smack the windshield. So I'm going to get some, I think I'm going to get the Aero latch ones that are like a flush mount, but you can see it's just really so much more aggressive looking now. And of course the stance is better with the Mopar springs. And you might also notice that I took the blackout decals off the trunk. Just felt it was looking a little too much like a Daytona. And I just, you know, I love this blue paint, so I just wanted to see more of that and just change it up a little bit. I'm always messing around with this car, so things are never gonna stay the same very long. I did add the Hurst Hurst Equip badge that I need to get a new one because you can see the paint on it is kind of flecking off, but that's for the Hurst shifter that I have inside, although it's an automatic. I know. Same thing with the TA scoop. Even the SRT8 wheels, you know, there's a lot of people that might say, well, geez, it's an RT or it's a Charger. Well, it's not a true Charger, it's a 4-door. Everyone has their own opinion, you know, whether you want to call this a muscle car or a 4-door muscle sedan or whatever you want to call it, or you can say, oh, you're trying to make it into an SRT8, you're up badging. No, actually it's keeping it an RT. Just, you know, I like the looks of other parts, and, you know, the Challenger hood, and these were Challenger wheels are optional on the Charger. So, you know, I mean, everyone has their own taste. I personally love the way the car's looking right now. I wouldn't change anything about it. Let's see, I've also added on the inside, I added the white Hurst cue ball shift knob, kind of that old school look. You know, I know it's an automatic, I know, but I just love the way it looks. It's that old school look. I also added the Mopar bright pedal kit along with the Mercedes parking brake covers. Matches the Mopar ones. It's you kind of have to fabricate a fit a little bit, but it matches it pretty perfect. And other than that, just added these chrome, I don't know if you can tell, chrome trim rings around the door handles. But other than that, the interior is the same. I have the 2 Recaro seats back there for my son and daughter, so they're riding in style. And let's see, other changes. A change that you can't see on the outside is I added JBA high flow mid pipes, and those definitely gave a little boost in horsepower, you know, maybe like 10 horsepower, but I can feel it, and made the exhaust note just a little bit deeper. So I think they were, and I got a really good deal on them, so I think it was worth it. I still haven't put headers on. Decided against that right now. Just pop the hood. But more on that later. So anyways, let's take a look under the hood. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. All right. So, changes underneath the hood. Well, the hood, and you can see this is a functional ram air. So the air comes in the scoop, and you can see I had the scoop grill painted black. So it comes in the scoop, it runs down into this channel, and then out this little air box on top of the AFE intake. So it is a true ram air. And I did have to trim this heat shield about I don't know, almost an inch to get it to sit flat. So it is sealing against the bottom of it. I have added the half covers that I mentioned in the first video, and I painted them myself, designed it. The design, I am a graphic designer, so that's kind of what I do, and painted them up, masked them off, painted them. I love the way they came out. Little old school look. So that's new from the last video. And the reason the Eagle is, that's Dodge's name for this, the new version of the Hemi that came out in 09. They dubbed it the Eagle. So I ran with that. I really like the idea of that. Things I'm gonna change, I'm gonna get a billet tech piece for that since it's yellow and it stands out and I don't like it. I'm gonna paint the overflow tank. I'm gonna paint that black, as well as the cap here. I am gonna change the billet tech oil catch can to a black satin one to match a little better, I think. But other than that, I'm pretty much done with the engine compartment. Except for, like I mentioned, the possibility of later on getting the supercharger, but we'll see about that. Let's see, I had to modify the windshield wiper sprayers there because it's a wider on this hood now, so I had to do that in order to get it fit. correctly. But again, the hood just came out stellar. They did have to block it and sand it, but it was worth it, the extra cost for that, because I think it's just so aggressive and awesome looking now. I mean, but it's still a low profile, so it's not crazy, you know. It's not like a pro stock hood on there or anything like that, but I do like the way it looks now a lot more. So other than that, let's see, I think those are the main changes. It's kind of a lot of changes since last time. I'll start it up and rev it so you can hear maybe a slight difference in the sound from with the mid pipes. So here, I'll put this down for a sec. Alright, so that's a little flavor of the exhaust note. Performance-wise, this car is just awesome. Like I said, I'm pretty much done with the modification as far as that goes for now. Until I'm, you know, like I said, I'm thinking about the bigger, better modifications such as supercharger down the road. So kind of drive around, show you what it looks like with the hood scoop. Drive in. I wish I got a wider angle on this, but I really like it because, like, you know, I mean, even though it's got a long hood, you still don't see a ton of the hood because you sit down kind of low. So the fact that now I have this hood sticking out, I can see the color. I love this Deepwater Blue Pearl. It's just my favorite car color. So it's nice to have that sitting out in front of you now, and you can really see it. And yeah, like I said, I looked forever for a hood that I really liked. I couldn't. I was stuck between. Thought I was going to get the shaker, but I decided against it after finding this hood that came out in March. And I'm really happy with it. It's actually all in what I paid to get the hood and to get it painted and the body work done. Oh, it's going out of focus. I don't know why. It came out to basically what the shaker cost uninstalled. So for that price, I got the hood painted, looking perfect. Like I said, all I need is to get the hood pins so that on the highway, this little corner here, I'll show you, likes to bounce up and down. It likes to bounce up and down at speeds that maybe aren't legal. So, you know, in other words, if I'm going the speed limit or a little over, I'm fine. It doesn't move at all. It's only when you get above, you know, maybe 10, 20 above the speed limit, 20 and 30 above the speed limit, that it starts to shake a little bit. So that's why I'm going to get those hood pins, because I do take the car to the track every once in a while. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to do some rolling shots of the car going by. And yeah, I hope you like all the changes I made. I mean, I don't really care because it's my car, but of course, you know, I love to hear everyone's comments, even the bad ones. I mean, you know, hey, everyone, like I said, everyone has their own opinion. I love what I've done. Some people might hate it. That's what makes the world go round. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I'll update it when I get that supercharger.